And good morning. This is Kent Barnes, Superintendent of Schools for the Holly Area School District. And I'd like to share some information with you regarding your and my Holly Area schools. I had a most wonderful experience this morning as I spoke to several individuals, and they asked, why in the world would we overspend several $1,000,000 and then have to trim our budget? And I looked at them and I said, I don't understand what you're saying. And they looked at me and they said, well, as we sit here on the morning of Wednesday, January the 20th, we have concerns that you have overspent several $1,000,000 and then now are looking to reduce, curtail programs and staffing to meet those obligations. And it just hit me. I've done, I guess, a poor job of explaining why we need to reduce or reallocate, prioritize in a different fashion. So I'm going to look down here because I made myself a few notes on some things over which impact our budget next year and the amounts of monies that are involved. We utilize two firms in the state of Michigan to do student enrollment projections. And I feel, after reading both of those, that we're going to anticipate 60 fewer students at our foundational allowance of $73.16. That comes to $438,960. In Oakland County, we have a special ed millage. That is going to be reduced because of declining property values for our district, approximately $300,000 for the 10-11 school year. The projection for the 11-12 year is $600,000, so we have that to look forward to. And I can give you a personal view. We just redid our mortgage. We had a 7-year balloon. We just redid our mortgage. We had a 30% drop in the appraisal of our home. So from a very personal viewpoint, when we redid our mortgage, I can tell you that property values have dropped here in Oakland County, and that's what the PA-18 is based on. The state proration, an additional one of $268, times our projection of 3,780 students for next year, comes to a little over $1 million, yes, that's correct, a little over $1 million, $1,013,040. The $165 reduction has already been accounted for in our budget projection. So, but the total state proration is $433. I think that the retirement rate for our retirees will go up by 1%. And if that be the case, that's an additional $202,069. Well, how much input do we have on the rate that the retirement goes up or down? We have no input whatsoever. That's set by the state. So just these items alone, the 60 fewer students, the PA-18 reduction, the state proration of the 268, and a retirement rate increase, comes to $1.95 million. Now, while we do have a deficit budget this year for several reasons of some $400,000, next year's budget issues are compounded by the above items and other issues as well. So I just wanted to make that, and I've got a Tri-County Times column coming out this weekend. There's going to be other Barnes-Grahams coming out in the next few days and weeks. It's not a matter necessarily of overspending. It's a matter of being reduced as far as revenue, with the expectation that we're still going to continue the same number of programs and continue with the same number of staff. And that simply can't continue to happen. I do want to thank those individuals who have emailed me as a result of the last community podcast. I really, really appreciate your thoughtful expressions of what you believe you'd like the school district to be, your recommendations on budget reductions or enhancements, and I really appreciate the two-way communication. If you would like to send me something by way of email, my email is Kent, K-E-N-T, .Barnes, B-A-R-N-E-S, at has-k12.org. Once again, Kent, K-E-N-T, Barnes, B-A-R-N-E-S, at has-k12.org, or if you'd like to mail me something at 920 Baird Street here in Holly 48442, that would be swell. So until the next time that I meet with you by way of podcast to discuss your and my Holly Area School District, have a great rest of the day and a great rest of the week.